If you're a podcaster and not making money yet, you could be missing out on thousands. Today, I'm fixing that. Stick with me because I've got one strategy most podcasters miss. Unless you're already a subscriber to the channel, I guarantee you have never heard this before. Also, I'm ranking every serious monetization method from what works well to what can actually pay your bills. I'm Robert Gaines, host of the Free Time Mastermind podcast, an interview-style video podcast whose primary outlet is YouTube. You don't have to do interviews to get value from this video, and you don't have to be on YouTube. YouTube is the dominant video platform, and Spotify is the dominant audio platform for podcasters. So we'll focus on them as your home base, but we'll also talk about off-platform streams of revenue as well. Starting with YouTube, from least to beast, number 5, affiliate links in the description. 3 pros. Works without YouTube monetization, which we'll explain what that takes in a bit. Number 2, great fit for podcasters that demonstrate tools such as hardware, software, courses, books, etc. Number 3, can monetize older episodes indefinitely. 3 cons. Requires buyer intent. Many podcast viewers are not shopping. They're consuming entertainment, distraction, or information. Number 2 con, tracking and compliance. You have to trust the data that the providers are giving you are accurate and that the sales data is accurate. Usually not a problem for large companies. Also, the claims or ads that you put in your videos cannot violate the platform rules. Con number 3, income can be inconsistent. What are the qualifications? No special permission or access is needed by YouTube for affiliates. You are supposed to make viewers aware that the links are affiliates. From an ethical standpoint, you should let viewers know that the links are affiliate links and that you will receive a commission in the spirit of transparency. You do need to get accepted into the affiliate program, Amazon Associates, or other partner programs. The Amazon Associate program is easy to get accepted into and takes a few short minutes, so I say make that one your first. Number 4, YouTube Premium Revenue or Premium View Share. It's the money creators earn when YouTube Premium subscribers watch their videos. YouTube's premium members pay a monthly fee to watch YouTube without ads. So instead of advertising funding those views, YouTube allocates a portion of the premium subscription revenue into a pool and shares it with creators based on how much watch time their content receives. Like affiliate commissions, it's not huge, but every little bit counts towards your Bugatti Super Sport. Main pro, passive income. It's automatic. Once you sign up, you set and forget. There are 2 cons. The 2 cons are, number 1, income is typically modest unless you have a huge viewing volume. Second con, you can't directly control or influence it because it simply tracks premium watch behavior. What are the qualifications? It comes through the YouTube Partner Program. That's a fancy way of saying you have to be monetized. Number 3, super chats for live videos, super stickers for live videos, and super thanks for video on demand. This is mid-tier because it's great for community shows, but it's highly variable. What are the 3 pros? Number 1, high margin for fan funding. Number 2, works well in live formats, premieres, and question and answer videos. Number 3, it's a strong signal of audience loyalty. There are 3 cons. Now, what are the qualifications? Your channel must be in the YouTube Partner Program, which means monetized. Number 2, channel memberships. Now we're getting into some better money. Recurring revenue can become stable if you have a core audience. Here are 3 pros. Predictable monthly cash flow. Number 2, great for bonus episodes, early access, and members-only live question and answer sessions. It also builds retention and community. There are 3 cons. Viewers need consistent perks, and it requires the management of members. Number 2, churn. That's code for loss of members. It will be a constant battle, so this strategy is not for the disorganized. Number 3, some content types can make channels ineligible. Kids content, etc. Check YouTube. What are the qualifications? In short, you need to be monetized, so you'll never guess what comes next. Number one, YouTube Partner Program ad revenue, which are ads running on long-form content. Why it's usually the most effective? It scales with views and catalog size, meaning your number of videos. Inventory is another way to think of it. There are three pros. It's the most scalable set and grow revenue stream on YouTube, period, full stop. Number two, it monetizes your back catalog as it accumulates watch time. Number three, works even when you're not actively selling anything. There are three cons. Number one, volatile income. That's a fancy word for inconsistency. It's based on seasonality, niche, and geography. Number two, brand safety and policy risk. Claims against your channel can disrupt monetization. I received a warning from YouTube while preparing this episode. I was able to get it taken care of, but it would have been a big hassle had it not taken more than a day to resolve it. Before going over the qualifications for the YouTube monetization program, here's an amazing post from vidIQ, the most authoritative source for all things YouTube. Take a look at the image. They say the YouTube funnel has changed. It used to be pick a niche, grind out long-form content, and you would get steady growth. Now it's an hourglass. Use shorts to pull people in. Most creators are still trying to grow the old way, but the new way is compress first, then expand. Shorts earn attention fast, and long form earns trust. And once you have trust, you can widen your content without losing people. If you're a YouTuber, vidIQ is like having a private consultant for your channel. What are the qualifications? Here we go. YouTube's published milestones include eligibility to apply is 500 subscribers, 3 valid uploads in the last 90 days, and 3,000 watch hours in the last 12 months, or have 3 million shorts views in the last 90 days. The real ad revenue unlocks at 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public watch hours in the last year, or 10 million shorts views in the last 90 days. Here is some really important information. I was still under 200 subscribers after dropping one podcast interview every week for an entire year. Then I did something and gained 1,000 subscribers in a single week. And 6 weeks later, I was over 5,300 subscribers. That explanation will come in a video in one of the next 2 episodes in this series. So please be sure to subscribe and hit notifications to be the first to get that formula. Now let's talk about Spotify for podcasters, which is the premium audio-only platform. It dominates the space. And check out these stats. Some of what we'll mention will work for Apple and other places too for your audio-only podcast. After this, we'll go over the power of RSS, which is really simple syndication, mentioned in my book Scintilla, and other incredible streams of revenue, including one that's very quick and provides consistent money. And yes, I've personally tested it and can vouch for its legitimacy. Spotify revenue from least to beast. Number 4, paid subscriptions. Strong for loyal audiences, but paywall conversion is typically a small percentage. There are 2 pros though. Number 1, recurring revenue. You control the pricing and offer structure. Pro number 2, excellent for bonus episodes, ad-free feed, and exclusives. Here are the 2 cons. Number 1, requires consistent premium content delivery. Number 2, it can reduce growth if the paywall is too aggressive. So test, try, and decide. What are the qualifications? Hosts on Spotify for Creators must live in an eligible region, have published at least 2 episodes, and have at least 100 listeners on Spotify in the last 60 days. I'd say that bar is actually pretty low. Number 3, Spotify ads monetization, or Spotify for Creators ads. It can scale, but the access is constrained. There are 2 pros: programmatic revenue without selling sponsors yourself. So in other words, it's automatic. Number 2, you can insert ad breaks and monetize your catalog over time. There are 2 cons though. It's not broadly self-serve. It can be invitation rep-based in some regions. Number 2, rates and fill can vary. What are the qualifications? Spotify's Help Center indicates you can apply if invited by a Spotify representative and have a legal address in a supported country. Check Spotify for more information. Number 2, Spotify Partner Program, or SPP. It's higher on this list because Spotify positions this as a primary earn on Spotify track. Ads plus premium video components for eligible creators. 2 giant pros. Number 1, it's designed to be a meaningful revenue stream for Spotify native creators. Number 2, built for scaling as Spotify expands video podcast monetization. There are 2 cons. The threshold and eligibility can change, and it has been changing. It requires a Spotify first operational setup, hosting and activity standards. Number 1 for Spotify, external sponsorships or affiliate deals promoted on the show, host-read or direct brand deals. What are the 3 pros? Number 1, it's the highest upside per 1,000 listeners when you can sell high fit sponsors. That means a fit to your format or a fit to your content. A health podcaster would want to get with a health-related nutritional or equipment company. Number 2, you control the pricing, packaging, renewals. Number 3, you can bundle Spotify and YouTube, plus a newsletter for bigger contracts. So in other words, you're selling a larger reach to a larger sponsor for more money. What about the cons? There are a few cons. It requires outbound sales or an agency network. Number 2, sponsors expect consistency, brand safety, and reliable delivery. Number 3, sponsors can influence your content. There is a price to pay for taking that money. Now, dropping affiliate links, it doesn't have that relationship. So those affiliate links, generally like Amazon affiliate program, Amazon's not going to contact you and try to put pressure on you to change your video or to make changes to your podcast itself, but a sponsor can. So be careful with that. Everything comes with a downside. Number 4, it takes time to build your pipeline, and that's a sales pipeline. What about the qualifications? There's no gate as far as the platform is concerned, but sponsors typically want consistent release cadence. In other words, consistency in delivering content. You're going to have to be like a TV show. This is not for the disorganized. You need a very defined audience niche. Number 3, you need credible download or stream metrics. And number 4, you need clean brand safety. So you have to be careful with your content. Almost everything we've discussed will take time for you to see any money, either because you need to grow your audience, which I will cover in another video soon, but as I promised, there's a way right now that you could get your first check in 5 or 6 weeks from today. I ran a podcast for almost 2 years before I figured this out. A service called Podmatch pays hosts that sign up on their site to interview guests from their site. Each interview can pay up to $16 per standard member and up to $32 for pro members. I'm a pro member as a guest and a host. Since hosts can make double the money, I get asked to go on other channels. Guests are not paid, but I can see Podmatch becoming the largest stream of revenue in my arsenal. Podmatch has over 16,000 members, so you'll never be able to interview everyone. I did a whole video on it. As a matter of fact, it's episode 3 of this series, and I'll put a link in the description. Remember, you are watching episode 5. If you're interested in Podmatch, there's a link in the description. You can get started today. If you want more information, you can look at episode 3 of this series, and I'll put a link to that in the description as well. There's also an affiliate program for Podmatch. So if you get other podcasters interested in Podmatch and they sign up using your affiliate link, you get a commission from their subscription. And it's recurring. Recurring revenue is so much better than some of the other methods that we've mentioned. As long as somebody's a member, you get a little bit of that commission, and that's a great way to go. I signed up on my own, so unfortunately nobody made any money off of me joining Podmatch, but that doesn't mean you have to miss out on that. All right, this part is for all of you that just heard me say all that, and you say, hey, Robert, I don't want to do interviews. Let me share with you some inside information. If you were to randomly email a CEO asking them to go to coffee with you, for a business discussion. You'd never hear back from them. Rewrite that same email and invite them to your podcast for an interview. I'm telling you, I've had people on the show that would never have given me the time of day unless I had a podcast. A podcast is your platform. A platform is a box that you stand on to communicate to people, right? So many prominent and busy people gave me a shot, even back when I had less than 100 subscribers. Like the classic How to Win Friends and Influence People taught us, people have a need to share their story. If you can write a semi-persuasive and semi-professional looking email, you have a good chance of landing good guests. Obviously, Podmatch makes it even easier for you to link up, plus you get paid. In episode 3, the Podmatch video, I even offer a few interview tips, and episode 2 teaches you how to pick a good guest. Just to do a quick summary of what I just said. So you're watching solo content on my channel right now, but I'm primarily an interview style podcaster. You could do it the other way around. You want to primarily do solo content? That's fantastic. But you can still do a couple of interviews per month, get them from Podmatch, and get paid to do it. Now that you have all the in-platform ways to earn, finally, we'll talk about the off-platform sources. I'm going to show you Namecheap, which is where I register my URLs, my website names. They used to be my hosting company, but their hosting fee went up, so I went to SiteGround for my hosting. So Namecheap does my email, and that's where I register my website names. SiteGround is actually the host for my website, the Free Time Mastermind podcast, and for the book Scintilla. Let me first show you some of the emails you're going to receive once your subscriber count gets higher. Now, of course, you can pitch people, and something that I mentioned, I actually had a sponsor for my podcast before I shot my very first episode. And then the original editor that I had hired took 3 weeks to edit the first episode. We were supposed to get it out in about a week, and I lost my sponsor, and I've never pursued one since. So just know that you can do outreach to other people before you've even done your first video. So you can always do that. But once you start to get a higher subscriber count, I started to see emails like this come in a lot more frequently towards about 3,000 subscribers. And now that I'm over 5, I'm seeing a lot more. So this is Helium 10, which is a service-based company. They offer a lot of different data tools out there. I won't go much into detail. I'm not going to do business with them. They give you a very high upfront commission. So you're going to basically talk about them in your video very briefly. You're going to put an affiliate commission in the description of your Spotify audio or your YouTube video. Now, the problem I have with this is it's just commission. It's a really big commission up front. So they're going to pay you more than 100% commission for your first couple of sales probably, and then it's going to start to drop down after that. It sounds pretty lucrative, but of course the problem is people don't know what Helium is. If you're not a tech channel, this is going to be hard to sell. And like I said, it's difficult to get someone to click off your video and go somewhere else. It can be done, but of course it's got to be relevant to your channel, relevant to your viewers. That's going to be a no-go for me. I'm a business interview style podcast. Then here's another company, and this is more for photographers and I would say maybe even preppers. They make some really great backpacks. Of course, they're Chinese made, probably don't cost very much, but they're using a company based allegedly out of Tennessee, and they want to make sure that I push their waterproof bags. And they just look like rucksacks or backpacks. So you get about 15% commission. It's not a good fit for my channel. But what I'm going to show you is when I reply to these people, they sent this to RG, which means Robert Gaines, me, at freetimemastermind.com. So I own my own URL. Sometimes, and I won't show you this email behind this, but sometimes I get pitched, hey, we can help improve your YouTube channel, or I can help you do this and that. And it's a Gmail account. No shade against people that have Gmail accounts, but having your own URL for your own site adds a layer of legitimacy. So when I reach out to potential guests, they see that it's RG and then it's at a name that's basically the same as the podcast. So it adds a lot of credibility. But watch, I took it one layer further for those of you that didn't see the previous video about my tech stack. When I email someone, this is what it looks like. I already have my thank you. Now I can change this to host, but really this is what I call my author signature. It's got a photo of me so they can see who they're dealing with. That always helps. Just some facial recognition. It's got my website on here and it's my book. And then there's even a link to my book. And I'll talk about this Amazon affiliate link in just a moment. So very professional looking. So if I send somebody an email, hey, I noticed your YouTube video, or I noticed you on LinkedIn, I really like your presence. I like the fact that you talk about A, B, and C. I think you'd be a great fit for the podcast. Let me know if you're interested. And if you are, I'll send you a link to my Calendly, which is how I book the guests, if they're not going through Podmatch, which we're going to talk about that next. Here's Podmatch's affiliate program. I wanted to put this into realistic numbers. This Podmatch affiliate program is when you get other people to join Podmatch as guests or host. I am a Podmatch Pro member, both as a guest and a host, and I only pay one fee, which is their highest. It's $64 a month, but I get obviously their pro premium service. So how are you going to earn this $153.60? If I had signed up with an affiliate link, which I didn't, but if I had, and I stay with Podmatch a year, the person whose affiliate link that I went through to set up my account would get $153.60 per year, because that's 20% of $64 a month, which I think is $12.80 a month times 12, which is $153. If you refer two people to Podmatch and they stay a year and they get the pro account, which is what I said in the video, I highly recommend if you're going to go pro, because the benefits are so much. Over $300 a year just for two people to sign up. So I think Podmatch is dynamite. Honestly, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm sure some of their reps are going to watch this, but they give away so much money. I don't know how Podmatch is making money. They also pay you to interview people on their channel. So if you're a host of an interview style podcast, or you decide to do interviews occasionally, you can get up to $32 if you interview a professional member like myself. So if you join Podmatch and look for me, and I haven't done any other interviews that month, you'll get the full $32 for just the one interview. If you interview a standard member, you get $16 per interview. Now, the only thing that's different about this is if they get interviewed a whole lot and very frequently during that month, then you're going to get a partial share of that $32. And usually some of the pro members might be on there doing a whole lot of interviews. But if you happen to catch one and you're the only person that interviews them for the month, you're going to get the full $32. Otherwise, it gets broken down and separated by how many other people interview them. And there are also Podcast Legacy basic members. Not many people are left on the platform, but these are people that have probably been there from the beginning, maybe even before it was a paid service, and you don't get paid for them. But look, I am an interview style podcaster. It's icing on the cake to get paid from Podmatch. I don't need the revenue. I have other things that I'm selling, which I'm explaining on this video. So again, don't worry about this too much. I still say Podmatch is one of the best sources of revenue out there because of this double program where you can sell the memberships itself and you get paid for the interviews. I mean, you just can't beat that. Let's talk about Amazon Associates. I think everybody should be an Amazon Associate. Absolutely everybody. If you're any kind of content creator, even if you're a blogger. I had a lady named Michelle who came on, who's a travel vlogger. She makes a ton of money. She's got money coming in from so many different sources, and Amazon Associates is one of them. So if you have, let's say you talk about, if you're a hiker and you have a backpack and walking sticks and all these different things that you take on your hikes, you want to put links in the description of your YouTube video or your Spotify audio and tell people if you want that, if you really like what I talk about in this episode, click the link to purchase the same gear. So you'll see in a lot of podcasts too, they'll have their tech stack. In every video you go to the bottom, this is the camera I use, these are the speakers I use. So let's see this in real action. So this is my book, Scintilla, The Ultimate Guide to Generating Business, Products, and Service Ideas. If you notice at the top, once you're part of the Amazon affiliate program, I think this was an add-on I had to put on here, but this is Influencers and Associates Site Stripe. If you're any kind of content creator, you definitely need to be part of Amazon Associates. It's the easiest one, and Amazon sells everything on earth. So there's plenty of opportunities. You see that a lot of podcasters like YouTubers will always put their tech stack. This is the camera I use. These are the headphones I use. And then they give affiliate links for Amazon for each one of them. But for this book, even though I'm selling my own book, and I'll show you that commission in a minute, I'll get another 4% on the total sales price. So if you buy the paperback for $14.99, I get 4% of the entire amount of the paperback. So let's do, I don't know if you'll be able to see this on the screen, but $14.99 times 0.4%, rounded up. So I get 60 cents on top of the commission that I get for the book. So let's look at the book. I'm going to go to Amazon's KDP or Kindle Direct Publisher. This is the back page for publishers and authors. You can see that I have the Kindle for sale for $4.99, the paperback $14.99, and the hardcover $22.99. Let's go in so that you can see. And this is why I tell people that they really should write a book. And you can get a lot of help writing a book. But here, for the sake of example, the cover price is $14.99. It costs Amazon $3.12 to print it. I don't have to print it. It's print on demand. So no books are printed until somebody orders one on Amazon. It's really simple. So you don't have to have inventory. I get 60% of what's left out of that. You get $14.99 minus the $3.12, and I get 60% of the remainder, which my cut is $5.87 plus the 60 cents. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but if somebody's going to buy the book, I want to also get that affiliate commission so that I get the 60 cents on top of that. So now we've got, let's just do the numbers. Let's say I sell 100 books. I'll show you what the math difference is. So I can do 587. Let's say I just sell them and I just get let's just say 50 books. There we go, almost $300. for selling 50 books. That's $293.50. But what if I get that extra 4% on top of that? All right, so how much would I get if I sold 50 books, just getting the straight commission from KDP? So that, just selling the books, $293.50, $293.50. But what happens if I also get the Amazon affiliate commission of 4% on top of that? How you do that is you multiply 1.04. That'll give me 4% plus the total amount. Now I'm at 305.24. And obviously, as you sell more books, you're going to make even more money. But I would say it's worth having the affiliate account just to make that extra bit of money. So that's the differences between 297 and 305. You math whizzes out there have probably figured that out already. So I say it's very much worth it to have an Amazon affiliate. I think it's very much worth it to have a book. You can have courses, you can have trainings. There's many different ways. You can also do swag. Let's look at that for a second. What are the Shopify? If you do a Shopify commission, what does that look like? People like to have merch. They like to have hats. Not too bad. 20% if you sell a Shopify subscription. There are some payment processing fees. Let's look at merch. Yeah, create your own merch. Sure, it is Shopify. All right. So it's not going to let me pass this wall, but it says try it for free, then get 3 months for $1 a month. That sounds pretty cheap. The margins for merch are not very high. You're going to gain a very small percentage. They're selling a mug for $20. I don't know how many people have $20 for a mug. That seems really high. And you probably have to sell it at that high to get a decent membership. But if you're a lifestyle channel, if you're a comedian, if there's a fun element to what you're doing, or you have very, very strong branding, merch is the way to go. I don't think it's a fit for my channel, at least not right now. That's why I'm not currently doing it. So let's look at my YouTube channel. Here is my YouTube channel. I'll show you the video that I did right before this one. And we'll go right to the description. And I'll show you. This is the most affiliate link laden video I've ever shot. If you go back in time, you will not see this kind of links dropped into a description. This is very unusual. But if somebody bought this, I want to show you what I would get on this to give you an idea. I paid for, wow. I don't think I paid that much for this microphone. I think it was much cheaper. That's gone up a lot. But if somebody buys this because I suggested it, I get 3% of that. Let's figure that out real quick. That's an exciting amount of money. 549 times 3%. Yeah, $16 for nothing, for dropping a link. So that's the first one. This is my preamp. These are those fancy intermonitors that you see me use during the video. They don't make the speakers that I use on my desk anymore. And in the video, I'm explaining good, better, best. I actually don't currently use any of these. And then we get down to, this is the part that I wanted to show you. Audacity is a free program. And I'm just telling people, here's this free program to download. I think it's great for editing audio only. It's also a great way, which we'll get into RSS in a second, but it's a great way to take a video and convert it to just audio for the audio streaming service. Calendly, I love Calendly. I don't think they have an affiliate link, unfortunately, but I love booking guests with Calendly. It has reminders. I can put a disclaimer. It's just fantastic. ChatGPT also, unfortunately, doesn't have an affiliate program, but it's an important part of my strategy, and I added it here because in this video, I'm telling everybody what I use. Now we're going to start getting into the affiliate commissions. I don't know what I get for the Descript, to be honest, but I do know that if people use this link, they get 50% off the creator plan for 2 months. The creator plan is the one that I use. So what am I getting out of that? I'm not really sure. Podmatch pays. So there's my Podmatch affiliate commission. You'll get $6 for completing your very first interview, regardless of what hosting plan you go with. Also, you'll have access to make more money from interviewing people and those affiliate commissions for people that join. So if you joined, this is where you would join. And if you stayed a year and your premium, I would get the $135. Now, RSS, which we'll go to in just a moment, that is how I transmit my audio only broadcast to several platforms at the same time. I currently don't have the paid version of RSS because I don't get enough listeners on there. I'm a YouTuber. That's where my people are. And then Zoom, which I love. Right now I'm recording all of this video from the very beginning until now. I'm using Descript, which I think is incredible. And that's what I've got here. It's got AI. It's got a bunch of different tools. I cut my shorts with it. I add music, videos, photos. It's incredible. But Zoom has traditionally been the way that I shoot the interviews. And it's also the way that I transmit live videos that are interviews to YouTube. That's my preferred style right now. I'm doing 30-minute live videos on YouTube using Zoom. And Zoom just transmits the information. So it's fully integrated with YouTube. And then, of course, there's my book. If they click on this link, I'm not only getting the 70% of the cover price after they pay for the printing, I'm also getting that additional 4%. So you can see how all of this might work in a video. And again, this is an extreme example. I've never before dropped that many links. Most of the time, the only link you'll ever see is the book. And I've even changed the way that I started talking about the book in an attempt to increase the sales of the book. So let's go to the website. Now, here's another reason. Remember, just a few moments ago, I was talking about I use Namecheap to register the URLs, and I still use Namecheap as my hosting service for my web mail. So that email that you saw earlier, that's through Namecheap. I think that price is very competitive for registering URLs, registering domain names, and I think for the web mail, their prices are still very competitive. They went up on their regular web hosting, and then I jumped over to SiteGround. So what you're seeing now is a WordPress created website that is being hosted on SiteGround. I did not build this website myself. So first and foremost, my primary product is the book. And when they go here, guess where they're going to go? Where I get actually looks like it's 4.5 here. And if they buy the book, I get the 70% minus whatever it costs to print. So number one, that's the thing I want them to do. But here's what I wanted to talk to you about right here. This is an email capture page. It's similar to what they call a squeeze page. I'm not going to get deep into this. This was primarily designed back when I was really pushing to get members in the mastermind group that we were having. And we're not pushing that right now because we like the group that we have and they don't want new people in the group, and we're happy with that, the way that it's working out. So we're not actively pursuing new members for the mastermind. And memberships like that are another stream of revenue. So I wanted to mention that, but here is the big thing. I just talked to a creator the other day that YouTube shut down their channel, and they have been on YouTube for 15 years. So 15 years of stuff. And thankfully, they had backups to everything. But YouTube, for whatever reason, decided to wipe out their whole channel. Travis Holzum, who was a guest on the program, they're into permaculture, and they're also doing a lot of AI automation. They had multiple channels on YouTube, and I think they had multiple pages on Facebook. All that stuff was wiped out at one time. They did eventually get those back. So the danger to that is don't build your castle on rented land. And YouTube is rented land. Spotify is, if you don't own it, this website is mine. This is my territory. This is my land. And the way that you build traffic that you own instead of traffic that you're renting is you've got to get people to sign up. You have to give people a reason to come to your website. So that might be because you offer a couple of free chapters of your book. You might offer a free course. I cannot stress this enough. It's extremely difficult to get people to leave a platform and to go to a website. So you have to give people a very compelling reason to come here and give their information to you. I have not mastered that myself, so I'm not the perfect person to deliver this message, but I do know that it's true. And behind this, which you can't see, is a special page for people that have purchased the book. And in the book itself, once you get a copy, it tells you how to get inside of this secret part of this website. So there's your enticement to get a copy of the book if you haven't bought it already. For those of you that have purchased it, thank you so much. And also thank you to all of our recent subscribers to the channel. So that's it. As far as monetization, you can do consulting, you can have a course, you can sell a book. I like those things that are well within your control. I could sell a PDF completely on my own and just email it to people. I like being an author. It does add credibility. I've been encouraging authors to do this because I know people that have sold their book very well and they're published author, but what they don't have is an author page. So you can brand yourself on here, put your bio, photo, look at this. Just another way to help establish yourself and your expertise on the internet. Plus, all of these things help your search engine optimization, your SEOs. So just keep that in mind. And from what I understand, Podmatch, the page on here, let me show you that really quick. So this is my guest profile. And from what I understand, because this has links to my site, links to my book, this also helps strengthen SEO. Anytime you're mentioned and all of your links and your content and your stuff is on another person's website, that helps strengthen your search engine optimization. That's not my expertise, but I wanted to mention that. Thank you so much for sticking with us, going all the way through the end. We are going to shoot a few more videos in this series, one of which will be how I grew the number of subscribers so quickly. In about 6 weeks, we exploded. I want to tell you line by line how we did that. I'm going to show you the analytics and behind the scenes. I don't have any secrets. I'll just say there'll be a lot of great information on that video, so look out for that one. If you like this series, this solo series has taken the longest amount of time for editing and doing the scripts and so forth, more than any other series. I appreciate you subscribing, clicking like, making comments, especially when you share the links to this episode on your social media. We greatly appreciate that. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can contact me in the comments, and we'll talk again soon.